Hi everyone, I'm Gadis from Made by Mutiara and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to be very quick and share something with you that will help you if you have trouble with lettering layouts. And guess what? This is something you already have, okay? So don't need to go to the shop, don't need to do anything. You can just use one thing that will help you solve all your lettering layout problems. Okay, not really, but it's really the one tool that I use a lot that helps me. So let's get into it. Right, and the special tool that we are going to be using today is Instagram Stories. How do I use it? Instagram Story is a one tool that I use to help me lay out my lettering. So what I would do, I would always prefer to work with a black background. So yeah, you can see me, but yeah, what you want to do is to use the text function, and the text function option is the important one. All right, you don't want to use modern, neon, typewriter, strong. Okay, you want to use the classic one. So what quote are we going to do today? Okay, so recently the new song that came out by Selena Gomez has been in my head the whole day, so I'm going to type out the first line from it. Lose you to love me. Let's see if I can get the lyrics. I realize I need to mute this because I might not be able to, you know, publish it because of copyright. So let me mute it. Let's see what the first two lyrics are. You promised the world and I fell for it. I never say I can sing. I put you first and you adored it. Okay, so we're gonna do that first two lines. Oh, so sorry Selena, you look very pretty here. Let's try to, okay, let that can. Okay, so what you want to do is to type it out. I put you first. No, what's on? Oh no, you promised the world. You... Okay, goodness, okay, I'm gonna fast forward this part. Okay, so here are the first two lines, and what you want to do is to play around with the size. And what I tend to do is to make sure that the entire line has between 2 to 3 words, and depending on what the word is, maybe 4. So for example, you promise is quite a long word. The world and I, so I is short, so I can put it there. But what you want to do is to actually make sure that if it's the start of a sentence, it starts on a new line. And then you can play around with this as well. So I want to... Okay, so I want to make I put you first and you adored it as one line. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to press enter, because I like you promise as its own line and I fell for it as its own line. Alright, so I'm going to work around with this layout on paper and then adjust some of the words accordingly. Okay, so what I have in front of me is the phone with the prompt and as well as just normal line paper. My preference is to always use like straight lines to make sure that my lettering is straight. So what I'm going to do is to just start lettering as a sketch for my piece. So okay, so the first line is you promise, and what you want to see is actually the word the starting right under the word you. So if your letters are consistently sized, you should also start and end the same way. But of course, this is the part that you can play around with sizes, and you can choose to make some words bigger or some words smaller. So yeah, don't mind this word just being out a bit. The next line, I fell for it. You can see the I is right under H, so I'm going to start there as well. Maybe you want to play with your flourishes, you want to add things here and there. That's perfectly up to you. Okay, and for the 4th and 5th line, the words are longer, so you want to start maybe further out a bit. Alright, so this is something that you can use to frame or help you with the lettering layout. But if I were to look in deeper, I realized that, oh, I have an empty space here. and I don't really like it. This line is too long. So this is where you can look at the words and then change some of them accordingly, even though it may change the meaning of the word. And if you are a linguist, you might not be happy to do this. So what I'm talking about is seeing the word "and" here. Okay, so clearly they are filler words, so what I want to do is to change them to the ampersand. And I know it's not the same meaning as the word "and" here, but you know, I'm just here for the aesthetic. And what I want to do is to actually fill up the gap here. Same goes for this one. I will change it to ampersand so that I have two lines that start off the same way with the "and." And what that helps me do is to bring this entire line to the right a bit. Okay, so this is my reference. So I'm just going to go down here and rewrite with the corrections. Okay, so instead of "and", I'll use the ampersand "and". No. Okay, I also never see my own corrections. So since the word "and" is being moved to the next line, what you can do is to let the words "the world" go into the middle a bit. So instead of starting right below the Y, I'm going to bring it in a bit. And there. So it's like, you know, like roof over the world. Does that make sense? And the next line, I'm gonna say "and I fell for it." So I'm gonna just start it right below where the Y was over here and do it over here. Alright, so it's quite balanced. I'm quite happy with this. What I'm gonna do is maybe play around with my crossbar T. When I do my lettering, I may want to extend and then start here, and maybe the word "world", I want to do a flourish. I mean, you can do anything you want in the end. Alright, so the last two lines I put you first, so remember there's no more the word "and", so I'm gonna start right below it. I put okay, never mind. Okay, so quite nicely it ends right where all the words do. And do the ampersand. And you adored. So take a look. Now the layout is much better. You do have a more consistent spacing in between. You don't have to actually change the size of the letters, although it's quite optional for the word "the world". And actually what this helps me see is that, oh, maybe I want to switch up fonts. You know, you want to use a mix of block letters, serif letters, you can do it with this. But I really like the way this is being composed, and what I want to do when I do the lettering itself is to extend the crossbar here, put a flourish here, and then yeah, I feel like this is more pleasing to the eye when reading it as compared to the first initial sketch over here. Alright, so I'm gonna finish this piece and post it on the Instagram, and yeah, I hope you can use this tool to help you with your layout. The reason why you want to use Classic once again is because you can change the size. So depending on what your prompt is, you may want to have more words or less words. I tend to always try to stick to 3 to 4 words, but of course you can make it smaller such that you have one line all the way. That's really much up to you. And that's it. I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it's been useful to you because it's helped me a lot since the beginning. If you are afraid of really long prompts, this is one of the things that you can use to help make the decision making better instead of writing it over and over again. Alright, so let me know in the comments if you like this tutorial and what you'd like to see next. And remember to like and subscribe this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!